Welcome to History with Herodotus, where the boundaries of time and space are traversed in pursuit of understanding the intricacies of human experience. Today, we embark on a fascinating journey through the American West to explore one of the most iconic and enduring symbols of the frontier spirit, the Pony Express. As we delve into the world of the Pony Express, let us first set our gaze upon the vast expanse of the American West in the mid-19th century. It is a landscape of breathtaking beauty, with rolling hills, towering mountain ranges, and arid deserts stretching as far as the eye can see. The sun beats down relentlessly, casting a golden glow over the terrain, while the wind whispers secrets through the canyons and valleys. Yet amidst this natural splendor, the West was also a realm of untold challenges, where settlers, Native American tribes, and explorers navigated treacherous terrain, harsh weather conditions, and uncertain futures. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of the Great Plains, with the endless expanse of grasslands stretching before you like an ocean. The air is filled with the sweet scent of blooming wildflowers, and the distant call of a meadowlark echoes through the stillness. In the years leading up to the Pony Express, the United States was undergoing a period of rapid transformation. The Mexican-American War had recently concluded, resulting in the U.S. acquiring a vast amount of new territory, including present-day California, Nevada, Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, and parts of Colorado, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Wyoming. This expansion created an urgent need for efficient communication between the East and West coasts, as the young nation struggled to assert its authority over the newly acquired lands. As we navigate this pivotal moment in American history, let us consider the cast of characters who played a crucial role in shaping the destiny of the Pony Express. One such figure was Alexander Majors, a seasoned frontiersman and entrepreneur who had spent years navigating the treacherous trails of the West. Majors, along with his business partner William Russell, would eventually become instrumental in the development of the Pony Express. However, their involvement was still on the horizon, as the seeds of this innovative endeavor were being sown by other visionaries. One such visionary was Senator William Gwin of California, who recognized the imperative of establishing a reliable communication network between the East and West coasts. In 1857, Gwin proposed a plan to establish an overland mail route which would enable the rapid transmission of messages across the continent. Although his proposal did not come to fruition at the time, it sparked a wave of interest in developing innovative solutions for bridging the communication gap between the coasts. As the idea of a transcontinental mail service gained traction, other entrepreneurs and inventors began to explore alternative methods for facilitating rapid communication. One notable example was the development of the telegraph, which had been pioneered by Samuel Morse in the 1830s. Although the telegraph held great promise, its implementation in the West was hindered by the sheer scale of the territory, as well as the lack of infrastructure and technological advancements. The challenges facing the telegraph were daunting. The vast distances between settlements made it difficult to establish a reliable network, and a harsh climate often damaged or destroyed the fragile telegraph lines. Moreover, the high cost of building and maintaining the telegraph system made it inaccessible to many communities, leaving them isolated and disconnected from the rest of the country. Meanwhile, the need for a reliable communication system continued to grow, driven by the increasing demand for rapid transmission of news, commercial information, and government dispatches. The gold rush of 1849 had brought a surge of settlers to California, creating a thriving economy that required swift and efficient communication with the East Coast. Merchants needed to receive updates on market trends, while the government required a means to transmit official documents and orders to its officials in the West. It was against this backdrop that a small group of entrepreneurs, including William Russell, Alexander Majors, and John W. Jones, began to explore the possibility of establishing a horse-based messenger service. This innovative concept, which would eventually become the Pony Express, was about to take shape, born out of the convergence of technological limitations, geographical challenges, and human ingenuity. As we embark on this journey, let us remember that the Pony Express was more than just a messenger service. It was a symbol of hope, resilience, and innovation. It represented the unyielding spirit of the American people, who were determined to push beyond the boundaries of what was thought possible and create a new future for themselves and their nation. As we delve into the fascinating tale of the Pony Express, we find ourselves transported to a bygone era where the spirit of adventure and determination defined the American West. On January 27, 1860, William Russell, Alexander Majors, and John W.E.C. Jones laid the groundwork for what would become an iconic symbol of that era, forming the Central Overland California and Pikes Peak Express Company with the ambitious goal of establishing a mail service that could deliver messages between the East and West Coasts in just 10 days. The first station was established at Fort Kearny, Nebraska, a strategic outpost that would serve as the launching point for the Pony Express's epic journey westward. On April 3, 1860, the Pony Express officially launched with a ceremonial send-off in St. Joseph, Missouri, a bustling hub of activity that marked the beginning of the end of the frontier era. As we envision the first rider, William Richardson, setting off on his journey with a leather satchel containing 49 letters, including one from the mayor of St. Cage. As the riders made their way westward, they faced numerous challenges that tested their mettle and pushed them to the limits of human endurance. Raging rivers, hostile Native American tribes, and treacherous terrain all threatened to derail the Pony Express's mission. But its riders persevered, driven by a fierce determination to deliver the mail. One such rider, Robert Haslam, completed a remarkable journey from Sacramento to San Francisco in just under 16 hours on May 11, 1860, riding over 75 miles through treacherous terrain to deliver news of the Pony Express's launch to the governor of California. With riders completing journeys of up to 200 miles per day, the network relied on an intricate web of stations, horses, and riders to facilitate communication between the East and West Coasts. The summer of 1860 was marked by intense heat and drought, which made life even more difficult for the riders, but they adapted, relying on their skill and experience to navigate the treacherous terrain. One rider, Jack Keatley, was forced to ride over 100 miles without water or food after his horse went lame in the desert on July 30, 1860. As the months passed, the Pony Express became an iconic symbol of the American West, representing the spirit of adventure and determination that defined the era. Its riders were hailed as heroes, and their bravery and skill were celebrated in newspapers and magazines across the country. On October 26, 1860, the Pony Express carried its first presidential dispatch, a message from President James Buchanan to the governor of California, marking a significant milestone in the network's development. As winter set in, the riders faced new challenges, navigating treacherous snow-covered terrain and icy rivers as they continued to deliver the mail. On December 10, 1860, rider George Washington Clark was forced to ride through a blizzard in what is now Wyoming, relying on his knowledge of the terrain to navigate the treacherous conditions. As the year drew to a close, the Pony Express had established itself as a vital part of the American communication network, facilitating the exchange of ideas and information between the East and West Coasts. Despite the challenges it faced, the Pony Express remained committed to its mission, driven by the determination of its riders and the vision of its founders. As the winter of 1860-1861 drew to a close, the Pony Express continued to face numerous challenges, from treacherous weather conditions that froze the very marrow of its riders' bones, to increasing competition from telegraph lines that threatened to sever the fragile threads of communication between the East and West Coasts. Despite these obstacles, the network remained committed to its mission, with riders like William Campbell, who completed a remarkable journey from Fort Kearny to Julesburg in just under 24 hours on February 14, 1861. His horse's hooves pounding out a rhythmic beat against the frozen earth as he braved the unforgiving vastness of the American wilderness. As we transport ourselves back to that pivotal moment in history, we find ourselves standing amidst the swirling snows of the Great Plains, the biting wind whipping our faces with icy fingers, and the distant howl of wolves echoing through the desolate landscape like a mournful sigh. It is here, in this unforgiving yet majestic environment, that the Pony Express riders proved their mettle, demonstrating a resolve and determination that would be etched into the very fabric of American history. However, the writing was on the wall, and on October 26, 1861, the Pony Express ceased operations, having been rendered obsolete by the completion of the transcontinental telegraph line. This marked the end of an era in American history, one that had been defined by the pioneering spirit and determination of its riders, who had risked life and limb to bridge the gap between the East and West coasts. We were a band of brothers, united by our quest to conquer the vast expanse of the American West and to bring the nation closer together through the power of communication. The network's legacy would live on, however, with many of its riders going on to play important roles in the development of the American West. Some, like Buffalo Bill Cody, would become legendary figures, their names etched into the annals of history as they blaze new trails and forge new paths across the untamed wilderness. In the years following its conclusion, the Pony Express became an iconic symbol of the American frontier, with its riders celebrated as heroes in newspapers, magazines, and dime novels. As historian William H. Gutzman has noted, the Pony Express was more than just a mail service. It was a symbol of the American spirit, a reminder that even in the most challenging of times, human beings can achieve great things through hard work and determination. We see how the network played a significant role in the development of the American West, facilitating communication and commerce between the East and West coasts at a time when the country was torn apart by civil war. The Pony Express also intersected with other significant events and technological advancements of the era, including the construction of the Transcontinental Railroad, the expansion of the telegraph network, and the growth of urban centers like San Francisco and New York. By examining these connections, we gain a deeper understanding of the complex historical context in which the Pony Express operated and the profound impact it had on the course of American history. This is a lesson that continues to resonate with us today as we navigate our own complex and often uncertain world. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, remember that to understand the present, we must first understand the past.